Hey guys, welcome to Minakai. Today we're ranking the top 10 older woman and younger man relationship movies. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Number 1. Mother Mara, 2024.
Ty nie znasz причин. Цени мой живот ему.
As a woman who had spent her life maintaining a facade of professional control and emotional distance, the trauma left her completely disoriented. She became alienated from her family and friends, unable to find solace in the traditional grieving process. Mara, a successful and conscientious lawyer in Belgrade, finds her world shattered by the sudden and unexpected death of her only son, Nemanja. In her search for answers, or perhaps a way to feel something, she meets Milan, a much younger man who was a close friend of her son. Their encounter quickly evolves from shared grief into a complex and unconventional emotional connection. Through Milan, Mara begins to confront the perfect life she thought she had built. Number 2. Pretty Thing, 2025.
Thanks, Mom.
Sophie is a partner in a pharmaceutical marketing company. Beautiful, confident, and nearly 50. She has never been married and has no children, and she likes it that way. Sophie meets Elliot, a simple but handsome young man with whom she quickly forms an emotional and close connection. On their second date, he takes her to Paris on a lavish work trip. But when Elliot shows interest in turning this fleeting relationship into something serious, Sophie breaks off the relationship and her seemingly sweet young lover begins to change. Their brief romance takes a dark turn when Elliot begins stalking her at work and threatening her at home. Elliot has become a dangerous and unpredictable force, and Sophie will be forced to do whatever it takes to stop him. Number 3. Chaperone, 2024.
Seriously.
Missy, you're almost 30. Buy yourself a nice little condo. You wouldn't be alone.
Vic lives alone.
29-year-old Misha Miyamoto lives alone in the house she inherited from her grandmother. She has had the same job since high school and likes her life as it is. Simple. Unfortunately, her contentment disappoints everyone around her. Her boss doesn't understand why she turned down a promotion, her lack of ambition alienates potential romantic partners, and her parents pressure her to sell her property because she has no interest in starting a family. These pressures leave Misha feeling isolated and tired of justifying her choices. When a sincere 19-year-old mistakes Misha for a classmate, she takes comfort in his no expectations attitude and begins a relationship with him. Number 4. Box, 2015. Raphael is a 19-year-old gypsy who works at a car wash and dreams of becoming a boxer. He lives with his grandfather and is about to make his big break as an athlete. Christina, 34, is a Hungarian actress in the local theatre, married and going through a personal and professional crisis. Her husband is the star of the theatre ensemble, and she has lived in his shadow for too long. Unaware of each other, Raphael follows Christina every day through the cobblestone streets of the old provincial town. Christina knows, and she enjoys the attention. One day, she turns around and they face each other. The next day, Raphael looks her in the eye and asks, "If you weren't married, would you marry me?" From that moment on, there's no turning back for either of them. Number 5. Wild Roses, 2017.
A tata od ciebie się nie zarazi?
Yua returns to her village after being hospitalized. She works on a farm growing wild roses. While Yua is away, her mother cares for her children, Marisha and Jazz. Yua's husband, Andre, also returns home after working for months in Norway. The time apart has created a distance between them. During Mauricia's first communion, Yua begins to feel ill. Her friend, Basia, drives her home. Basia admits that she leaked gossip to Andrzej about Yua's affair with Marcel, a local high school student. Yua meets Marcel at the Rose Farm. He tells her that their relationship is over. After Marcel leaves, Marta realizes that her son has disappeared. Number 6. Young Lovers, 2021.
Ouais, oui. Qu'est-ce que t'allais imaginer?
Bonjour, c'est...
The two first met briefly in a hospital corridor 15 years earlier, leaving a faint but lasting impression. When they meet again in Ireland, the sparks are immediate and undeniable. Despite their 25-year age difference, they begin an emotionally charged romance that challenges their perceptions of intrigue and the right timing for love. Their relationship is not without complications, as Pierre marries Jean, and their home life becomes chaotic as he grapples with his deepening feelings for Shauna, an older woman reclaiming her emotions and societal stereotypes that often render women of a certain age invisible, as Shauna grapples with her own aging and health issues. Number 7. The Winter House, 2021.
You lied to me.
Yeah, I'm looking for Jesse.
Jesse who?
You know Jesse who?
What'd you do, Jesse?
The story follows a grieving novelist, Eileen, who rents a remote, snow-covered cabin to escape her personal problems and find the solitude she needs to write. Her peace is suddenly disturbed by the arrival of a charismatic but troubled young man, Jesse, who breaks into the house, claiming he has a right to be there. As a blizzard traps them together, a cautious game of cat and mouse develops into a deep and vulnerable bond. Eileen discovers that Jesse is a drug addict escaping his past, while Jesse realizes that Eileen's escape to the woods may have a much darker and more permanent purpose than simply writing. A slowly developing character arc that focuses on how two people at their lowest point can find a reason to keep going. Number 8. Suze, 2023.
Me. But honey, you're starting university. He's starting nothing.
Happy grad, everyone. We're the emotional morons.
Baby, I'm gonna miss you so hard.
A single mother grapples with a sudden and profound sense of empty nest after her only daughter, Brooke, leaves for college. Suze has spent years defining herself solely through her role as a mother, and her daughter's departure leaves her feeling lost and emotionally fragile. However, her tranquil life is disrupted by an unexpected presence, Gage, Brooke's ex-boyfriend. Gage is a lost soul, a heartbroken, sensitive, and somewhat chaotic young man whom Suze had previously disliked. When Gage finds himself without a home or support system, Suze reluctantly steps in to help him. What begins as an awkward and strained living arrangement develops into a profoundly transformative friendship. Number 9. Mariana's Room, 2025.
Скажи, ти син Мар'яни.
Не звертай увагу на звуки.
In the dark days of World War II, Yulia and Hugo, a Jewish mother and son, escape from the Ukrainian ghetto. Fearing for his safety, Yulia entrusts her son to her friend Mariana, a night worker living in a night worker's home. Hugo is placed in a closet, nominally for his safety, but he rarely leaves it. With little view of the outside world, he imagines ghosts and imaginary scenarios. But over time, Mariana brings the boy out, and in doing so, changes his life. As Hugo tries to understand why some people are capable of unbridled cruelty, while others risk everything in a selfless act. The intensity of Hugo's deepening relationship with Mariana, a relationship conveyed with great sensitivity. Number 10. Ki Na Min, 2025. This novel chronicles the relationship between a young translator and an older widow in post-war Saigon. With the end of the Vietnam War, North and South Vietnam reunited under a communist regime and, during the 1980s, experienced a period of economic and social recovery after a tumultuous period of conflict. It was during this time that Kong, a young translator aspiring to succeed, met Ki Nam. Kong moved to Saigon to try to distance himself from the perception that he had obtained his demanding assignment through nepotism. There, he rented a room in the dormitory where Kai Nam, a quiet widow from South Vietnam who worked as a cook, lived.